All right, well, I said I was gonna put out a couple of videos, so here's the second one. So my first video, if you've seen it already, was about cheapies for the beginners. And now we're gonna step into the designer world for beginners. So if you're interested in this video, definitely stay tuned. If not, I understand. See y'all on the flip side. So, glad you all chose to come back. For those of you who are brand new to this channel, my name is Keith, and this is The Fragrant Life. And here we talk about everything fragrance related, whether it has anything to do with niche, designer, cheapies. We talk about clone houses, all kinds of stuff. And if that's something that you're interested in, then definitely hit that red subscribe button. Make sure you ring the bell icon for notifications. Like these videos, thumbs up, share these videos, and definitely be active in the comment section. And if you think subscribing to this channel is going to cost you anything, then you are so terribly wrong. It is absolutely free. And who doesn't love free? I know I do. Now, this video, I'm going to have way more fragrances than I did in that first cheapie video. So I'm not going to go into in-depth detail about these fragrances. I'm kind of just going to run right through them. But if you have any questions, any comments, if you have any suggestions on what you would or would not have had on this list, feel free to leave that in the comment section. And let's get started. So these also are in no particular order. And I tried to give you a variety of fragrances, a little bit more than what I gave in the cheapie video. I tried to touch all bases. So let's get started. So the first one I want to talk about is from the house of Burberry. And this one, everybody who likes it anyway seems to think that this is the perfect holiday scent. This falls right into the lines of like Christmas and Thanksgiving. And I agree wholeheartedly. This feels more like a holiday oriented scent than anything that you would wear any other time of the year, which is really why I only wear this around the holidays. This is Burberry London. Great scent. And if you don't have this one or you have never smelled it before, you are missing out. This is not the reinvention of the wheel. This is not a fragrance that's going to blow anyone's mind, but this does give you the feel of the holidays. I think there is some kind of wine accord in this also. It smells fantastic. So if you haven't had a chance to get your nose on this one, find someone or somewhere that sells this that you can test it, or you can pick this up very inexpensively at your local rack stores. This one stirs up a little bit of controversy. When I first heard about this fragrance, I definitely was following the hype train, something I don't advise people to do. But in this particular case, for me, it worked out. A lot of people are not probably going to like this being on the list, but I love this scent and it works for me. Perfect for fall and winter. This is Bentley for Men Intense. And this one, it was kind of hard for me to put on the list for a beginner, because if a beginner has not even been into fragrances that long and they smell this, this is like a super masculine type scent. This is aggressive and they may not like it, but if that person is mature and is confident and knows what he wants and where he's going in life, or has some kind of idea of what he wants to do with himself, then this is definitely that type of scent. Boozy, masculine. It kind of reminds me of the inside of a big boy Bentley. I love this scent. It's very inexpensive, and you can get this, I believe, for like at the max probably $30-$35 online. You're probably not going to see this in any rack store, but if you do and you get lucky enough to find it for a great price, definitely pick it up. Bentley for Men Intense. Next up, one from the house of Givenchy, And I haven't had this one that long. This actually was a tester bottle, and I sprayed it on. This is Gentlemen Only Absolute. And I was conflicted with putting this one on the list also, but smelling this one versus, what was the other one I was gonna put in? I was gonna put this one in, Gentleman by Givenchy, but this one is a little bit more stronger than Absolute, so I chose not to put the other one on. I went with this one instead. This one has a bit of a sweet accord to it. Oh, that smells so good. This is a fantastic date night scent. I think your significant other, whoever it may be, I'm not judging, man or female, whatever, I think they would love this on a guy. So from the house of Givenchy, this is Givenchy Gentlemen Only Absolute. Gorgeous bottle also. And my boy Trey Sense will like this because he has a hard time when it comes to bottles with atomizers that he can't see. He sprayed himself in the eye before. This one has that little red dot so you can know exactly where the atomizer is. So Trey, they had you in consideration with this one. All right, next up. In the last video, I mentioned this fragrance, but I talked more about the original. But this one, I'm going to mention the EDP. This is from Dolce & Gabbana. This is the one. Gorgeous bottle. It's the same style bottle, but the hue is different. It starts out light and it gets darker down here at the bottom. Very nice scent. This one is a lot better to me. This one is more refined. That smells so good. But hey, I got compliments when I wore the OG. So Dolce & Gabbana EDP is another purchase. Now this one is going to be a little bit more pricier. You probably can find this around the $30 to $40, $45 range, depending on where you get it from, because it may be $50, $55 and the bottle size. But whatever the case may be, this still is a designer fragrance, and this is right where it needs to be on this list. Dolce & Gabbana, the one. EDP. Another one from the house of Dolce & Gabbana. This is one of my favorites, and when I show you this bottle, you're gonna see that I have put a little bit of a dent in this one. This is a classic, classy, gentlemanly type scent. This is the reformulated version. I can't speak on what it used to be because I haven't been in Fragcom that long. I've been doing this maybe, what, 3 or 4 years, and a lot of reformulations happened way before I came into doing this. But this is Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme. And this is a fantastic smelling scent. Even though it's been reformulated, I really don't care. This is the perfect quintessential office type scent. It has that iris note in it. I believe there's iris in this because it does smell a little bit powdery, slightly, but it not powdery. I meant to say lipsticky. It has that lipsticky kind of vibe. Iris can go either one of two ways. It can be lipsticky or it can be powdery, and this one is lipsticky. And I like it. A lot of guys don't like that lipstick kind of vibe, but I don't mind. Women adore this fragrance. It doesn't project, you know, too far out, but close encounter, perfect. Date night, Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme, y'all. I can't say enough. If you are into Tom Ford, then I definitely would highly recommend this particular fragrance. This is classy. This is elegant. You have to be a Vetiver fan, and this one is no other than Tom Ford's Gray Vetiver. Now, this is not a EDP or Parfum. This is the EDT. So if there are other iterations of this fragrance, I know nothing about them. I just know this one, and I love this scent. Very gentlemanly, classy, sophisticated. The vetiver is not that heavy, aggressive type, super green type vetiver. This is almost perfect, if you ask me. Now, there are other fragrances out there that may do vetiver better, but I haven't smelled them, so I'm just going off of what I have in my collection. This is one of them. Tom Ford's Gray Vetiver. Diving back into the house of Burberry. This one is in a lot of people's collection. Some people don't deal with it. A lot of guys don't like a lot of powdery fragrances. This is one of them. I love this scent. This is also a classic smelling fragrance. Perfect for the office. Non-offensive. This is Burberry Touch. You also can find this one for, you know, 20 bucks, 25 bucks, depending on the bottle size. You may be able to find it cheaper if you get the small 30 ml size. But I love this scent. And it looks like I haven't worn much of this, and I haven't, because I had another bottle of this that I actually sold. Oh, that smells so good, man. Perfect for, you know, if you're going to a meeting or you're working in an office. You can even wear this to church. It's just an all-around type. This can be a signature scent, if you ask me. Yeah, signature scent. Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme can also be a signature scent, if you ask me. So, Burberry Touch. All right, this one is from the house of Coach, and this I like way better than Platinum and Blue. And this is the original Coach for Men. And I wore this around a young lady I was dating a while back. And when she first got in my truck, she said it smelled like I had on too much. And y'all know me, I'm Mr. 7 Spray. I may have put on too much, but once this dried down on me, she smelled it again and she said she loved this scent on me. So I was in love with this one from day one. Even if she hadn't said it was too much, I still love this scent. I love it to death. So, Coach for Men, y'all. You can find this one in local rack stores also, especially around Christmas time. You see a lot of these gift sets around, which is, I think, when I bought this one. But I'll say at the max, you're going to pay, if you don't go retail, if you go discount or some website, maybe $35, $40, $45, something like that for this. You might be able to find it a little cheaper, $25 maybe, but still a great scent. Coach for Men. All right, so one of my favorites. This is from the house of Chanel, and I bought this one actually retail because I got Missoni when it first came out also. And when I first smelled this one, it was love at first sniff. Like I said, from the house of Chanel, this is Chanel Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme. One of the freshest smelling fragrances I own, and I absolutely love this scent. It's so fresh. It's sweet. I love it. I love it. I wish I would have got a bigger bottle, but this 50 ml will suffice. So from the house of Chanel, Chanel Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme, or Eau Extreme, however you want to say it. This one gets a lot of flack because of reformulation. I know nothing about it. I just know that when I wore this, the performance was okay on me. I got about maybe 4.5, 5 hours out of it, which on a date, it suffices for me. I don't need a fragrance like this to last me all day. But from the house of YSL, this is L'Homme de L'Homme. Another date night scent, more for fall and winter, cool weather. It smells fantastic. Whether it lasts or not, it's still a fantastic smelling scent, and I love it. Cardamom heavy. If you like cardamom, then you'll definitely love this one. From the house of YSL Yves Saint Laurent, this is YSL L'Homme de L'Homme. Staying with the house of YSL, another office safe scent, non-offensive, smells fantastic to me. The performance is not the best, but when you got this on, man, oh man. From the house of YSL Yves Saint Laurent, this is L'Homme. And when I first came into Fragcom, I used to hear people mention this fragrance a lot, and I never got my nose on it until I started going to Ulta, and which is where I got my L'Homme L'Homme from. When I finally smelled this, I had to have this. So I actually have this one, and I think I have a smaller bottle of it up there, but this stuff is fantastic, man. It's not the best in performance, but for somebody who's looking for something kind of classy, a little fresh, definitely pick this one up from YSL L'Homme. All right, we're starting to get into some, what I consider some heavy hitters, as if YSL L'Homme wasn't a heavy hitter and Dolce and Gabbana the one EDP, but these are to me heavy hitters. This one is almost always, or used to be almost always, in everybody's spring and summer list. It doesn't get a lot of mention on my list because of the vibe I get from it, which is to me a roach spray type vibe. And I've said this in many, many videos, but when other people smell this on me, they love it. And this one is from Versace. This is Versace Man Oh Fresh. And there is some note in this that gives off a roach spray type vibe to me. I don't know what it is, but whatever the case may be, I'm not a huge fan of it, but I have to put it on the list because this actually is a great smelling fragrance to people around me, and I can't deny that. So from the house of Versace, Versace Man Oh Fresh. All right, I tried to put this one in the last video, and when I was trying to edit the video, I was falling asleep and I missed and hit delete, so I deleted certain sections of my last video, so I just cut them out. This one was on the list, and this is from the house of Salvatore Ferragamo. This is Acqua Essenziale Blue. And I was not a fan of this fragrance the first time I picked it up, but I kept hearing Darian, the bow tie fragrance guy, and Justin Copeland mention this fragrance, and I had to get it. I was in Nordstrom's rack not too long ago, and they didn't have much, but I saw this one, and I went ahead and picked it up. And people kept saying it gives a Bleu de Chanel type vibe, and I kind of get what they're saying. It doesn't smell like Bleu de Chanel. It just gives off that blue kind of vibe that Bleu de Chanel gives off. You can definitely tell the quality difference between this and Bleu de Chanel, but for a beginner, this is a perfect scent. If you do not want to pay what you're going to pay for Bleu de Chanel, I highly recommend this fragrance from Salvatore Ferragamo, Acqua Essenziale Blue. One of my favorites from the house of Bulgari when it comes to a fall and winter date night type scent. This one is probably going to be a little bit on the aggressive side, but for me, this works. I had to put this on the list for the mature beginner. This is Bulgari Man in Black. Now, I haven't smelled the Oriental version of this, but this does it for me. And until I get my nose on that one, I'm going to stick with this one. But spicy. That's right up my alley when it comes to a date night type scent. I love this fragrance. Perfect, like I said, for fall and winter. You can wear this on those cool spring nights, but I would not wear this in the high heat of like a hot spring day or summer. Stick with the cool weather. This will work perfect for you. From the house of Bulgari, Bulgari Man in Black. Another classic, classy smelling scent. I'm glad I got it. This is the one I actually passed on when I bought Chanel Allure Homme Sport. I had that one in my hand, and then the guy was trying to sell me. I actually wanted this one, but he talked me out of buying this one. He said I didn't need two freshies, so I got Missoni instead, which they gave me that one for half price. But This one is the one I kept kicking myself in the butt, and a Instagrammer actually sent me a bottle of this. I since then sold that bottle, but I got another bottle, a bigger bottle of it, because I liked it just that much. And it is from Chanel. This is Platinum Egoiste. And this is another one of those office friendly, office safe scents. Can be somebody's signature scent for somebody who's looking to be a designer collector, fragrance collector. This is the perfect scent for you. Definitely check this one out. It has a little bit of sweetness. It is fresh. It's very non-offensive, and if you can't get by with wearing something like this, something is wrong. So from the house of Chanel, this is Platinum Egoiste. All right, next up, from the house of Prada, once again, this is one that is highly talked about in the fragrance community. Everybody talks about this fragrance, and I had to finally get my nose on it. I got a sample of it from a subscriber. I liked it a lot, and I finally got my hands on a bottle of it, and it is Prada L'Homme. Now, I have not smelled any of the flankers that I can recollect, but this can also be somebody's signature scent. Hint of sweetness. It's fresh, non-offensive. I love this juice, and I really want to get my nose on some other ones, but I can't find them at decent deals, so I'm gonna have to sit back and wait. But Prada L'Homme, guys, check it out. This one actually was bought by a female I was dating a while back. She has great taste, because she actually bought this one, and then she bought like 2 from Bath and Body Works, which were also pretty decent, but I love this one. I wore this one to a club one night, and this was like after me and this chick stopped dealing with each other. I wore it to a local club / bar, whatever you want to call it. And as I was leaving that night, I guess this group of females, when I first came in, smelled me when I was coming in. And one of them out of the 4 or 5 that was in that little group was bold enough, when I was leaving, she grabbed me by my arm and pulled me back up on the sidewalk and like pulled me close to her and was sniffing me and telling me how great I smelled. And need I say more? From the house of Giorgio Armani, this is Acqua di Gio Absolu. And you can see how much I've worn of this fragrance. I love this juice, man. I love it to death. I am a sucker when it comes to sweet smelling fragrance. Oh, that smells so good, man. It's fresh, sweet. I think it does have a little wood in the dry down, but you know, great smelling scent. Office friendly, once again. Can be a signature scent also, if you ask me. From the house of Giorgio Armani, this is Absolu. All right, we're down to the last 5. For the Dior Sauvage lovers, if you love Dior Sauvage and you are starting your collection and you don't want to pay what you're going to pay for Dior Sauvage, then definitely look to the house of Prada. This is Prada Luna Rossa Carbon. This has the exact same vibe as Sauvage, but with less of that ambroxany sharpness that it has in it. This is a fantastic fragrance, and it doesn't get enough love or mention as it used to, which is a shame. But for what it is, I love this scent, and I'm glad I found it. When I found this at my local Ross in a gift set around not too long after Christmas. And I was so ecstatic when I found this, and need I say more? Prada Luna Rossa Carbon. All right, so last 4. Another young lady that I was dating at the time, I think we were in Atlanta, Georgia. I was helping her move some stuff out of a storage. And that night we went to the mall. I can't remember exactly what mall we were in, but we went to this one store and I looked at some creeds and they had some other fragrances, and she wanted to buy me something for helping her move, and she bought me this, and it's from Armani. This is Armani code Profumo. Now I would have definitely taken a creed, but she wasn't willing to pay those prices, so I settled for this one. And this is a fantastic smelling fragrance. Some people say they get root beer. I guess I can kind of get that, but this is a great smelling fragrance. And for a beginner, this is perfect to have in your collection. So check it out from the house of Armani Code. This is Profumo. This fragrance also is one of my favorites from the house of Versace. Can definitely be a signature scent. Perfect for spring. Works in summer. This is Versace Man. And I absolutely love this fragrance. No, this is Versace Pour Homme. I'm sorry. Versace Pour Homme. Versace Man is that purple bottle that I got back there. Versace Pour Homme. So I love this scent. It's fresh, it's clean. Little bit of sweetness to it. Perfect for the office. Perfect signature scent if you're looking for one. And this doesn't get enough mention like it used to, and I understand why, but it's on this list. Versace Pour Homme. Last two. This one I just recently purchased. This one got a lot of mention in Fragcom, and you know, whether you got a flanker to this one or you got the original, which this is the original, and I didn't mind picking this one up from the house of Prada. This is Prada Amber Pour Homme. Another, I have not worn this yet, but I did smell it, and this is another great smelling fragrances. This can definitely be somebody's signature scent. It's not overly sweet with the amber. This smells so divine. I love this scent, and like I said, I can't wait to give this some wearing. From the house of Prada, Prada Amber Pour Homme. And I know I stopped mentioning price, but all of these fragrances, if you find them on some kind of website, you probably can get some kind of discount. Some of these you cannot find in the rack stores. A lot of these you can, but for the most part, these fragrances, if not paying retail, you can find somewhere around the 20 to maybe 50, 55, $60 mark is where I'm gonna price it. So that's still not bad for a beginner jumping into a designer fragrance collection. Last but not least, for those of you who do not want to pay what you're gonna pay for Creed Aventus, I have a couple of clones I could have went with, or clone houses. This is debatable because some people say it's a clone, some people say it's not. Whatever side you fall on, this does have, to me, the vibe of Creed Aventus, but it does not stay like that. It goes its own way. This is from Montblanc. This is Montblanc's Explorer. And this probably is the most versatile fragrance of them all that I've shown, because you can wear this one pretty much any time of the year, winter, spring, summer, or fall, in which honestly, me personally, I can pull off some of these stronger scents in the spring and summer, but you have to dial back your sprays and pick and choose when you're going to wear them and what time of day. But this one, you don't have to do that. You can spray this on and go and be done with it. So that's the end of my list, y'all. The last one, Montblanc's Explorer. And hopefully in the designer world of the beginner, hopefully some of these fragrances will pique your interest. Some of these you can go to like your local Ulta, Belks, or, you know, Nordstrom's or whatever, and smell some of these fragrances before you purchase. I always recommend sampling before you just blind buy something, or listen to us as reviewers, because when we give you our point of view, that's just what it is, our point of view. What works for me may not work for you. So you have to take that into consideration before you listen to somebody and just run out to the store and buy something and then you don't like it. So with that being said, y'all, I am out of here. Here is to smelling great. Peace, y'all.